Adding a glazed ham to your holiday menu is a great way to get ahead. It's delicious, versatile, and the ultimate dish to have in the fridge for any hungry guests who drop by. Christmas would never be the same without a beautiful, delicious honey-glazed ham. Across that long Christmas period, this can get you out of jail quite easily. Ham salads, ham sandwiches, ham, egg and chips. This is a gammon. What we're going to do now is cook it so it becomes a ham. Into a pan. First things first, the water. Cover it completely so the whole gammon cooks evenly. The important part now is adding flavour in there. Carrots in. The leeks. The more veg in there now, the more fragrant the broth becomes. Once the ham is cooked, that stock is extraordinary. The base to a fantastic soup. Onion, not finely chopped, and in. Homemade ham stock is packed with flavour, so it's great for making soups, sauces, stews and risottos. Plus it can be frozen, so it's there when you need it. Pan down. Peppercorns, lightly crush. Then, to give it a Christmas flavour, I'm adding crushed coriander seeds, 2 cinnamon sticks, and 4 aromatic bay leaves. Up to the boil, and then turn it down, let it simmer, and then skim it. Cooking a ham isn't hard, but it does take time. This 2-kilo joint takes 2.5 hours to simmer before it's glazed and baked. However, it is worth it, because it tastes absolutely delicious. So, the glaze, very, very simple. Demerara sugar, Madeira. That sweetens the glaze, basically a fortified wine. A couple of tablespoons in, and then shea vinegar. Again, a couple of tablespoons. Honey in. Nice. Bring that up to the boil. The longer you leave it on the stove, the darker it becomes. You want your ham really nice and dark, then cook out the glaze for 3 or 4 minutes. That, I'm happy with. Lovely. Right, the gammon's cooked now. Onto the plate. Carefully snip the string. Nice and gently peel back. Get rid of the skin, then crisscross it. Don't push too deep. Let the knife do the work. Stud it with some cloves. Look at it. Almost looks like an albino pineapple. The glaze, and just carefully cover. Start in the middle and let it work round. Oh, God. Gently, 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 gently. It's not even roasted yet, and it looks amazing. Beautiful. Look at that. Half the glaze over now. Into the oven. 15 minutes. It's starting to colour. Get the rest of the glaze and pour that over. Look at it, wow. The more effort, passion and love you show the ham now, the results are tenfold. Look at it. Every 5 minutes, out of the oven and glaze again. And back into the oven now, at 190 degrees, and we're going to baste and roast for 35 minutes. Delicious. Next, I'm going to make a pear and saffron chutney. This is a fruity relish that works brilliantly with a sweet aromatic ham. First things first, slice the onion. Fry the chopped onion in olive oil without colouring it. The important part about this stage is the fact that we're going to layer the chutney with textures, from onion to apple to pear, and a nice little block of ginger. Grating the ginger so the ginger sort of disappears with the onions. Then add the spices. A good grating of nutmeg, followed by a teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of cayenne pepper to give it a kick. Delicious. I recently spent a lot of time in India, where chutneys originated, and discovered that whereas British-style chutneys tend to be cooked and are usually quite sweet, Indian ones are normally fresh, spicier, and quite sour. Next, demerara sugar. Once that sugar's dissolved, the white wine vinegar, all in. That's going to give it this really nice sort of sweet and sour flavour. From there, our fruit. These are Williams pears. Pear is the star of the chutney, so keep it quite rustic. Next, add chopped cooking apples. Their tartness gives a lovely contrast to the sweetness of the pears. To give it great texture, a handful of sultanas. Pinch of saffron. This gives it a really nice depth, a rich golden colour. Saffron is the world's most expensive spice. It's made from the dried stigmas of the saffron crocus flower, and as a general rule of thumb, the deeper the colour of the threads, the better the quality. And to make it lighter, the zest and juice of 2 oranges. The orange and the saffron go brilliantly well together. Just squeeze that in there. This chutney's brilliant with ham, fantastic in salads, but equally as delicious with fish. Whether it's a roasted cod, a grilled fillet of mackerel, it goes brilliantly well. Bring that up to the boil. Cook that out for 15 minutes. Now, tomatoes go in at the end. And that brings a certain amount of freshness to the chutney. Really helps to give it that nice texture. Mix that in and literally cook it out for 30 seconds. What's great about this chutney is that as it matures, its flavour gets better and better, and it will keep for up to 6 months. Fill up the jar, and that is going to deliver amazing flavour across Christmas. And look, my goodness me, that is fit for a king. Right, listen, I need some help. Okay, we're gonna make the most amazing pumpkin soup. Feel?
That's heavy.
It's very heavy, but it is gonna be absolutely delicious, right? Now, you can always tell, okay, if it's ripe. Little bang on there. What does that sound like?
Drums.
Drums, that's right. And if you push your thumb in there, it should be just a little bit soft, right at the bottom of the root.
Yeah.
Right, first of all, we're gonna cut it in half, and very carefully just cut through. I'm using a French pumpkin, but these versatile vegetables come in all shapes and sizes and colours. At this time of year, their nutty sweetness is ideal for warming soups, curries and roasts. Wait and see what happens when we open this up. Wow. Oh. Right, Holly, that's for you. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit gory, okay? You get your hands and you scrape the seeds out.
I like getting messy.
Rub them together and just give them a little clean. Nice and gently. Good. Yeah? Nice. Look at that.
Yuck.
What do you mean, yuck? Come on, Holly. That's it. Into the water. Now, once the seeds are out, we're going to toast them in the oven as a little snack. So this is a really nice way of not wasting anything. Get your fingers right in there, Tilly. There you go. Boo. Once the pumpkin seeds are out, score the flesh to help it roast and absorb flavour. Season and add a generous amount of rosemary. Take the garlic, rub around the outside so it perfumes the inside. Then add a large glug of olive oil. And as the garlic roasts with the rosemary, its sweet, almost buttery, nutty taste will mellow and flavour the pumpkin. All the seeds done?
Yeah, almost.
Good. After the pumpkin seeds have been cleaned, dry and season them, ready for the oven. Now they're going to roast in the oven for about 45 to 50 minutes. Well done. Good. And wait and smell the house in about 5 minutes' time. Tray, please, Holly. So, beautiful. Straight in. Right. Well done. Big question. Have you wrapped Mummy's present yet?
No.
Let's go. I'll give you a hand quickly. God, that garlic smells amazing. Holly! Tilly! Where's Holly?
She's gone to a party.
She's gone to a party. Oh, no. Any boys there?
I don't know.
Oh, you're so diplomatic. Right. Look, they are now toasted. Hear that? Right, have a little taste of one of those. Nice?
Yeah.
But look at this. Wow. That looks amazing. And that is your roasted pumpkin. Now, you put the spoon down the side, okay?
Yeah.
Scooping out all that lovely
Pumpkin.
roast pumpkin. We don't waste anything. Hear that skin? All into the centre. Roasting a pumpkin intensifies the rich, sweet flavour of its flesh, which is lovely for soups, but also great as a filling for ravioli or making a delicious mash with butter, nutmeg and salt and pepper. That's the pumpkin done. Now, what I want you to do is get these mushrooms here and just peel them lengthways, okay, onto the plate. Okay, and I'll get my onion chopped. Olive oil in, okay?
Yeah.
Nice and generous with the olive oil, because I want this soup to be really nice and velvety. Onions in. And then scoop out that wonderful garlic that's been roasted on the pumpkin. Lovely. A little bit of nutmeg on top of the onions. Onions, garlic, nutmeg, yeah? And now, the pumpkin.
Wow.
See that?
Yeah.
I knew it'd come in handy somewhere. This, little baby, is for you. There you go. Perfect. Now, I want you just to grate some parmesan like that for me, okay? Just so I can start roasting off the parmesan as well, so we get this really nice, rich, delicious pumpkin. Parmesan's brilliant for enriching this soup. Its mellow caramel flavour and saltiness provide a lovely balance to the sweet pumpkin. Now what I want you to do, let's tip all that in there, okay? Yeah, good. Look at that now. That, smell that. Roasted, sort of cheesy, rosemary, garlicky, yeah, olive oily, beautiful. So far, nothing's gone to waste. We've used the whole pumpkin. Now I'm going to add the stock my ham was cooked in.
It smells of cinnamon.
It does smell of cinnamon, doesn't it? It smells Christmassy. Delicious.
Very Christmassy.
That's just from cooking our ham. Bring that up to the boil, and we'll let that cook out for 10 minutes. Cream, really important that it's boiling when the cream goes in. Okay, you'll see the colour lightening. So that's going to give it a really nice, rich, creamy taste. Okay, now we're going to saute the mushrooms. A little bit of olive oil in there, yeah? Get nice and hot. We'll go first with the trompette de l'amour. In you go. Good girl. Then the pied de mouton in. And then finally, chanterelle. Nice, lovely. I want you to put a little bit of butter in there. Off we go. Good girl. A little bit of butter there. Nice. I love the deep, complex flavour of wild mushrooms. But if you can't get them, chestnut or field mushrooms still deliver great taste. Mushrooms work really well with pumpkin because they have a warm, earthy flavour that complements the pumpkin beautifully. So, mushrooms into the centre. Yeah?
Yeah.
From there, we get the parmesan and just peel nice, long layers. Watch very carefully. No, just sit that on top. And the parmesan helps to season the mushroom and really give off an amazing flavour. Okay. We're going to blend the soup, and all we're going to do is half fill the blender so the soup gets really nicely aerated. Now, this is a bit of a naughty chef's trick. A little knob of butter in there, just in top. So when it blends, it gets really nice and smooth. Lid on, onto the blender, and we'll just pulse it on and off first. Nice. Wow. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Just one side of the bowl. So that's Daddy's portion. This little bit is yours. Now, a little taste. Blow it gently.
Yum. Done.